Hello again, everybody. Today's video, I'm going to show you my philosophy of setting up at shows, how I set up at shows, and how I bring cards into my inventory. Hello again, everybody. Bruce, Diamond Gems 45. Welcome back to the channel. I've been watching a couple videos over the last week, one by Sammy Thunder, one by Lenny at Cardcast, about their philosophy of shows and what they put in their display cases, how they set the display cases up, this type of thing. So I thought I'd chime in with my little 2 cents worth. First of all, big picture. I set up in a smaller area demographically than what those fellas do. Maybe Evansville may have 137,000 residents. I don't know how many are in the metro area, but I set up at a Legion show in Newburgh, where I live, and then at the Washington Square Mall show in Evansville now and then. Both shows are well run. Both shows, both the promoters like me. That's good. Both shows are, like I said, well run. They get people through the door. They get people in front of tables. Problem is, they are not what I'd call a destination show for a vintage buyer. It's in no way they're Strongsville. They're not the Philly show. They're not Shriners in Boston. They're not the National. So have to curate my stuff to where it's eye-catching, where the condition of the cards might be a little higher than you might normally find. Not so many commons that you have to go through, that type of thing. And you'll notice if you watch my video and then go back, if you haven't watched Sammy's or Lenny's, you'll notice some similarities. You'll notice some dissimilarities too. So I'll let you figure those out after you watch their videos. I could tell you, but you wouldn't watch their videos. So you got to put in the work here. So I'm going to leave a description below to their channels if you haven't already subscribed to them. If you subscribe to me, hopefully you subscribe to those two guys. Anyway, big picture, like I said, I have to get people to stop at my table. Anybody has to get that customer to stop. No stop, no sale. Make it easy for the customer to want to look through your cards in your display cases and then therefore buy a card. I know a lot of you have a lot more inventory than I do. It's very easy for me to say this and to put it in action. But what I do, maybe night before, a couple nights before, I will put my display cases out on a table in the hobby room, open them up. I'll set up the cards. Do I like this setup? I'll change them around some. Look at that setup. Bottom line is, whatever setup I choose, the main card display case that I have is going to be, the cards are going to be by year, alphabetically, with a price. Don't make it hard. By year, alphabetically, with a price. Make it easy for the guy on the other side of the table. So that's one display case. The other display case, I have autographed items. Then I have maybe an oddball item or two. Plus, half of that display case, and hopefully it gets to be more than half, is Mickey Mantle. Mickey Mantle's the straw that stirs the drink. Whether it's the 52 Mantle, whether it's a 69 yellow letter. He's the straw that stirs the drink. I make a special place in my one display case for Mickey Mantle. So like this fellow here will be in my, I know it's just a 68 and it's just in a 6. But a 6, once again, is first grade that has a word mint in it. So he's in one half of a case. Then in the other half, I have maybe some oddball items that are of a different size. Now, this is not for sale, but just an example of an oddball item I'd be talking about. Here's a 34 gold medal flower of Dizzy Dean. Or here's a 1951 Wheaties of Stan Musial. You know, just an oddball item, an odd shaped item that's not the normal card shape, not the normal 8x10 color autograph picture of somebody, something to catch that person's eye. You know, if you catch their eye, they just may stop. You say, hi, how you doing? Is there something you'd like to take a closer look at? Let me help you. And basically, I set everything up. I arrive at the card show probably a little earlier than most dealers do. I try to get in and set up, and I'm ready to go, hopefully 30 minutes before the show starts. That way, I can look around at other dealers' cases to see what needs to be bought off of theirs and get first crack at it. That's one of the perks of being a dealer, is getting first crack at everything at that show. So that type of thing. I don't have the wherewithal to buy large collections. One of the guys I mentioned does, and the other one, like me, doesn't. I try to stick to 50s, 60s, 70s, Hall of Famers, recognizable stars, in decent condition, like a 6 or better. To me, a 6 is, like I said before, the first grade that uses the word mint in it. If a guy wants to look at a 6 out of my display case, I say, that's a nice card. I hand it to him, that's a nice card. And if a guy wants to look at something like an 8, 7, 8, maybe even a 9, that's a beautiful card as I hand it to him. So, yeah. One display case is, those stars, those icons of baseball, post-war, Mays, Aaron, Koufax, Rose, these type of guys. And the other one is partly oddball and autograph items, and then I have a special place for Mickey Mantle. So, one more thing, a shout out. If you've been keeping score, you might know that in earlier videos I've told you that I drive dealer trades for a dealership here in Evansville and go wherever and get paid pretty well for it. Usually takes the full day because they're, the one I went on yesterday was like, nearly 4 hours away. But anyway, I drove from Evansville, Indiana to Poplar Bluff, Missouri, to the fine folks at Baldwin Chevrolet over there. Talked to Travis extensively. I was wearing a shirt that said Tops on it. And he said, you a baseball guy? And I said, yeah, baseball card collector. You even have a YouTube channel. By the time I left, he was my newest subscriber. So shout out to Travis, and a shout out to Baldwin Chevrolet in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. So speaking of shows and how I curate my display cases, I'm going to be attending the Washington Square Mall Show in Evansville this weekend. Probably won't set up until July. My wife and I have an extensive travel schedule this year. Get it in while we can both still walk, and probably won't set up until July. The first weekend's July 4th. either the weekend after or the weekend after that. First weekend would be Newburgh. Weekend after that would be Washington Square Mall in Evansville. So we'll see. But one of those two I plan on being set up at. So trying to get that last minute sale in before the National. Anyway, boy, thanks for watching. Make sure you watch Sammy Thunder's video and Lenny over at Cardcast. Watch their video because they do a lot better job than I do. But anyway, golly, make sure you do that. Make sure you come by the Washington Square Mall this weekend. Say hello. I'll just be walking the aisles and not set up. But until July, when I'm set up, that's all I got. So long for just a while.